Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of InDaLight. So we have Kingdom Watch once more. Now we have a new face and a known face. We have with me two lovely hosts. We have Nicolette Sutherland, beautiful J Roots. And we have with me Dhane, Caleb, whatever name him go by.
Yes.
Right? Now these two are going to help me deliver the news today, but they're not new to delivering news. I mean, they work together on set before, right? You want to tell them what I'm talking about, guys?
Yeah, thanks so much for having us on set today, Yannick. So Nicolette and I used to work together on a radio show called Kingdom Movements on Newstalk 93 FM every Saturday from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We were actually the original hosts of the show, and we did it for probably about a year, right? And then Nicolette moved on to some different aspects. I'm still there hosting the show and producing the show. And we've also worked together in many other areas, UCCF at UA, doing shows together. So many places, sitting down in friends' houses, writing music and vibing and all sorts of stuff. So we're used to it.
Got you. Which is why I'm having so much trouble on this set, guys. Because they randomly have inside jokes and I'm just like, what are you talking about? But let's jump right into the news. Nikki, you started the last one, so I'm just going to give this one to Dhane.
Okay, well. All right, so on the international scene, we can start there.
What happened previously?
So at the start of the year, coming down, we found out that poet Jackie Hill, those who know her from P4CM fame, she signed to Humble Beast, one of my favorite labels, just because of their creativity and their artistry. She's now signed to them, their first female artist on Humble Beast. Looking forward to hearing what she's going to come up with. She's supposed to have started working on her album in February, so we should be hearing from it soon. But I think she's on a break because she recently got married to another poet, Preston Perry. So congratulations to Jackie for that.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping to see what comes up with that album. I can't wait because I think it's gonna be dope.
Gotcha. But I mean, for me, that was an easy pick. They both go hand in hand. Humble Beast.
If there's any way for a poet rapper to sign to it, it has to be Humble Beast.
Speaking of which, I'll just, in that same line, I'll leave Nikki for last. We have Humble Beast again.
Yeah.
And we have Propaganda dropping
right. That's
another
my artist
album.
now, you know.
Yeah,
that's my artist
now. Right? So, I mean, we're both, I think we rate these people because you do poetry. I love poetry. And I love music, art, all of these random stuff that we can do to glorify God. And I think if you want dope lyrics, check out Propaganda's album. It's called Crimson Chord.
Yeah, that's coming out
the 29th
of April, right?
I can assure you, excellent was excellent.
Yes, it was.
So I am sure.
What was even excellent? What was even more excellent about that is that he did a poem promoting his album called My Next Record.
Right.
And I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh, this is a really cool poem. He probably should do an album called Excellent." And then I realized he actually was doing an album called Excellent, and he had prepared for it, and everything that he said in that poem bore true in the album itself. And it was amazing. The topics he spoke about, some of the topics, I mean, he told you that you won't like all of the topics. You won't get some of the stuff that he's saying. And it's true. If I don't know some of the things that we talk about, because you know nothing about in and out and them thing there. Yeah, right? I had to do some Google and say, what? In and out, what? All right, cool. Right? And I found out it's a restaurant in California. So I was like, all right, cool. I get that. But he told you that was going to happen. But at the same time, the excellence and the quality of the product itself shone through everything. And that's one of the reasons I respect Propaganda. Especially, and also because he's not afraid. You might not like this, but I'm going to do it. And he's proud of it. And he tells you that Awkward is awesome. So him do it. So I'm looking forward to what Crimson Card is going to be like. He said it's more of a journey of his career, of his life. So it's like a Crimson Card from birth to where he is now. So we're going to see into his life and see what's been happening in his life and why he's the way he is and why he writes the way he writes and stuff. So I'm looking forward to see the journey of that whole thing. And even from an artistic point of view, what level has he risen to since Excellent? I'm looking forward to the whole joint.
Yes, I am also. I know Nikki's a tad bit lost. This is not her field. So Nikki, if there's an artist right now that you'd want an album drop, apart from Jessica Reedy, who you mentioned before, nothing against Jessica, I love Jessica, but who else do you think? Because, I mean, you're an artist. J Roots, we all know you love.
That's actually who I'm waiting for to drop an album.
I'm waiting on that album.
I've been waiting. I really hope I could find J Roots somewhere just to say to her, hey, J Roots, you don't. Oh,
yeah.
J Roots, oh, God.
Or I didn't know her before, you know? All of that. But yeah, who?
When she was just Nicolette.
I mean, there are lots of persons who I could mention, but somebody who I'm really getting to love more in terms, not just musically, but just his personality locally.
Right.
That's Dunamis Reigns.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dunamis
he has
cool.
had some songs out and they be like, yeah, man, and you go to shows and they do well. But you want to see more coming out of him. And I think he's somebody who are really looking forward to seeing an album, to seeing more of what he has to offer.
Right.
So Dunamis.
Yeah, I like that one. Yes, I'd love to see an album from Dunamis. I mean, we had him on here, and I like the guy. He's a humble dude, and I love his sets. They're well thought out. It's not just random songs that you just go up and chop up tune and say pull up, and it's well thought out and it's ministry. And I think that's what I really love about Dunamis and his music and his delivery, that it's thought out and it's driven towards ministry. It's not just a show. So I think I'd really love an album from Dunamis, come to think of it. I think that's about it. I want to just wrap it up now. I really enjoyed you guys on set. Well, naturally you guys enjoy each other on set, but I enjoyed you guys. It's always cool to hang around you guys. So thanks, Dhane, for coming.
No problem, man.
Nikki, thanks again, you know, my lovely co-host. And from InDaLight to you, we'd like to say thanks for watching this segment and stay tuned for the next part. All right, guys, we're actually still on InDaLight, but this is what really happens when an artist is a little bit late or we are too early, like we set up too early, like today. So we just drop a couple dominoes.
You're playing.
Is my... hold on 1 second. How you gonna play?
It's not your play, it's your play. And the pass again?
Oh,
it no
matter.
matter. 6 that you know use. How that feel? So you guys witness it, you guys witness it here. The host gets 6. The host, Yannick Nesbitt, pick up 6 love. All right? This man right here, so. And it's not him first 6 love. Isn't it? It's a 6 back. But anyways, it's all love, brother. It's all love. It's all love.
All right, X, you can go ahead and intro the next video.
Oh, I get to intro it because I dropped 6?
Yeah. Something like that. Something like that.
Okay, the next video we're featuring is I'm Ready by the artist Hopp. Check it out.
Hold up. Hold up. Stop. Hold up. Put me in the game, coach. I've been practicing all season. My government is lyrics, so I guess it makes me season. No more treason. I'm walking tall, following my father like Apostle Paul. Digging in the crates I once was lost. I'm a planet shaker. We rock and roll. I'm on a mission to do anything I gotta do to save you from what I went through. If you lost, I'm talking to you. I'm trying to seek the lost and teach the fam. No time for playing around. This world is out of bounds. Check the sound. Hold up. Hold up. Stop. Hold up. Yeah. I've been digging up in them scriptures, kicking it up in my elixir. I studied to show myself, proving ain't nothing new. Check this picture. My lifestyle was uncensored. I was smashing out with them chicks, sir. I proclaimed that I knew his name and then took 2 back and I lost my brain. I was trying too hard to fit in, got suffocated by sin. Trying to get a little dividends in the end, but it ended the sin. Cause I boasted in me instead of boasting in him. They say that we outrageous, cause we live to make him famous. Well, I'm on my casting crowns. I'm courageous. Hold up. Hold up. Stop. Hold up. Yeah. I've been bruised, beaten, broken into his submission. My broken obedience is my ammunition. I was born into religion, then I became a Christian. My facts of life of fiction was led to my own affliction. Listen, this is my story. I'm here to give him glory. Please learn from my mistakes. Transparency's what I'm flooring. He chose me to seek the people, so I'ma lead them to their steeple. It don't matter what you look like, in his eyes we all equal. We his people. Woo! Hold up. Hold up. Stop, hold up.
All right, so we're at the part of the InDaLight where we want to do an interview with somebody who I think can really inspire you. And we'll have no other than DJ, the lyricist.
Bless up.
All right, so we'll have him on set and we really want to find out who is this artist. I always hear the lyrics. That's what I hear first, and I'll, the beats and the flow and everything. But I've never actually had a good discussion apart from one time we had this laugh in the parking lot. But now I get to talk to the man himself.
Yeah, man, definitely.
And I want you to tell them, what led you to Christ? Like, where did that transition happen?
I used to be a very rebellious individual when I was small, you know what I mean? You know, I was living that rebellious life for a good while, and, you know, I got kicked out of the house at the age of 13, 14. Used to live on the streets and all of that for most of my teenage years. And I went to live with two of my cousins, Colin and Claire, and they migrated to Kingston. Not migrated, but they went to Kingston. I grew up in St. Ann, first of all. St. Ann. So my two cousins, they moved to Kingston for the summer holiday and they got baptized and stuff like that. When they came back to the country, you know, they were telling me about, you know, Jesus and a bunch. You know, I'm like, Jesus, what I thought about you? Because I think I was slightly an atheist, you know. I never really believe, you know, the God thing, you know what I mean? But then, you know, them start, you know, conducting prayer meetings and, you know, talk to me about Jesus until I really start, you know, feel the vibe. And because my life was going downwards, you know, me living on the streets and all that, I really tell God, say, yo, you know, say, if you turn my life around, you know, like, I give you my life and you turn my life around, and I really I go start serving. And then, you know, I get baptized. And from that, you know, I just be a miracle start working in my life, you know what I mean? Like, I go back to school and, you know, indulge in music and the whole line.
Okay. So it was, music is something you always wanted to do, or that came after the transition?
Yeah, that came after the transition. But when I was very small, I was very musically inclined. Like at a tender age, I used to record over my father's cassette, you know, like press the record on the old tape and, you know, beat the tape and, you know, and DJ and all that. But then because I was in the country, nobody was around me to tell me that, you know, you really can do music. So I actually discovered that after I get baptized and after I leave school and all of that. So, yeah.
Okay. So I know you started out rapping first. How did that? Because you say you grew up in country and you start doing the mixtapes and the cassettes and things, but how did that influence come in?
Well, hip-hop, I think I preferred to listen to hip-hop as opposed to dancehall music, because, you know, hip-hop was more informative, you know, people using more words and the metaphors and the puns and all that. And when I'm listening to music, it has to be thought-provoking. For me, you know, you have to be telling me something. So hip-hop was my favorite genre of music, so I was influenced to do hip-hop music as a musician in an instrumental stage.
Okay. So when did that change occur? Because you did a good amount of songs in the hip-hop segment of your life.
We did that for a couple of years. Well, from 2004 until 2007, I recorded my first DJ song, dancehall song, in November of 2007. It was on the Spzrkt. It's called Me No Business.
Give them a piece now.
Me no business. I coulda rhyme, I coulda tivale. Gospel fi share up fi everybody. And me protected by fi me daddy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm actually do that, and I was very insecure about DJing because I never really like my voice sounding me a DJ. But at the time I had this manager, big up Stanley Edwards from the States. He was the one that, you know, him tell me, say, yo, my youth, if you stop the hip-hop and first of all, you're born in Jamaica, I don't know what you're rap about, you know what I mean? And your voice sound, you a DJ, you for DJ, you know? So I try it. Yeah. Try the minor business and them say it works.
It works.
Yeah. So.
Well, I think it worked for sure. What keeps you going in God?
I'm a dude. I think a lot, and what keeps me in Christ is I always remember where He brought me from. You know, that is like an indelible impression in the back of my mind. So even if things not going my way and I feel like giving up, I always remember me, you know, sleeping in the bus park in Brownstown. That's where I used to be. I always remember that kind of vibe. So I know that God has a plan for my life because I was nobody, like literally nobody. So I know that He's not going to give up on me. So He just, you know, that keep me grounded in Christ.
Wow, no, that's a really touching story. In the sense that you actually live what a lot of artists just sing about.
Yeah, and people must know this. Anything I'm sing about, I experience it. I sing straight from my heart. I don't sing anything fabricated.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's that authenticity. You can hear it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not made up. Was there anybody else that really influenced you in that entire growth process from getting saved to starting music and just continuing?
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, man, my English teacher at Pentab, you know, I went to this private institute called Pentab up on North Street, and I remember in an English class, when we were doing exams, we'd have like the option to write like an essay, a story, or a poem. And everybody else would choose to write like essay, because to them that's easier, and I would normally choose a poem.
Right.
And my poem, I would rhyme it, you know, like I'm not talking about rhyme like car and bar. I'm talking about 3-syllable rhyming in my poem. So my English teacher told me that I'm very good at, you know, composing songs, because, you know, she could hear the rhythm.
Oh, like the bars and everything.
Yeah. She could hear the bars and stuff. So she was the one that actually, you know, reminded me that probably I'm musically inclined. And then after that, now, I have to give props to Dizzle. You know, Dr. Dizzle, my producer from day one, who produced 90% of my tunes. So him is like a brother, a best friend to me, and he always keep me grounded. And yeah, Stanley Edwards also, and you know, a bunch of people normally reach out and I know say, oh, man, they're really impressive, you know what I mean?
Okay. You started the music, you dropped your first song, and I heard that on a mixtape that somebody did. I don't remember who the DJ was. But when I heard it, we know business, and there was this like a drive, like I want to get this message out to some other youth or probably go through what I got through, right? And after you do a couple songs and you get the feedback from the persons, what was that like in terms of, was it readily accepted? I know that voice kind of, probably a lot of church folk won't gravitate towards that, but what was that like?
Let me tell you, because, you know, I was doing hip-hop at the time before I made the transition. Right. So the reason why I actually started the DJ is I used to listen to like the Prodigals and the Nicholas and all of that. But as I said, when you're a DJ to me, you have to say, yo, you I'm doing, you know, me the one listen to gospel dancer, but me never hear nobody, you know, a DJ, I use the metaphors and puns. So creative. Yeah. So what I do, I say, all right, I gotta actually do it, and then that is going to be my style, and that is what I am going to use to differentiate myself from the rest of the guys. And, you know, I go full force. You know, I try to compress like a song with all of the literary devices. So
yes, man.
So
that's how we hear it, but we really see it.
Yeah. And then you have some people who hear the song and say, yo, that body there, you know, and you say, I'm not saying, no, I never that mean still, you know. So, you know, you have like multiple meanings.
Yeah, I see where you use the puns a lot.
Yeah, like puns. I don't even write the lyrics to my song. I think I imagine what I'm saying by bars. So like each 4 bars would be like a cluster. So if I'm doing 16 bars, I have 4 sets of 4 bars, which is 4 sets of graphic images in my mind. I don't really know how to explain it, but so it's what I picture it in my mind.
Right.
So if I'm supposed to tell you a story, I would think about the story. So when I'm singing, you can follow me from the beginning to the end. So it's like a verbal cinema kind of vibe. You know, it's very difficult for me to explain, but
This
you don't know
deep.
the kind of vibe.
See,
Yeah.
this is very deep. What would you say now keeps you creative? Because people say a lot of lyricists that start out like that, and after a while, it's like them run out of creativity, them run out of lyrics, them now do the same thing.
No, okay. I don't think I'm a very extreme individual. So anything I'm going to sing about, the only way I can express myself is by using metaphors and puns and syllable rhyming. So I cannot express myself the regular way, you know what I mean? So anything I'm going to sing about is going to sound as if I'm trying to impress you with lyrics, you know what I mean? So
gotcha.
That not going to really change.
Nah, change. Okay. I can appreciate that. At least I know you won't be falling off anytime soon.
I'm not gonna fall off. I'm just going to stop.
Well, that's honesty.
No,
before you water down, you stop, right?
Yeah.
All right, I can appreciate that. Now, in terms of performing, the voice I hear, I must be honest, it sounded like Assassin when I just heard it. I'm sure you get that a lot.
Yeah, every day.
So
I get that this morning.
So, how did you, is that like something you had to, did it bother you at first, or did you just say, I really do sound like this guy a little bit?
No, me never know so me sound like Assassin. Me feel like me did sound like myself. But, you know, from the raspy, the baritone thing, you know, like Bounty Killer, Shabba, them not my artist, right. You know, so when me I go DJ, me I go try and make it sound, you know, rough and deep, because that is how my voice is. But then, you know, people normally hear me and say, yo, my it sound just like Assassin, you know. But between me and Assassin, yeah, the texture of the voice, similar, yes, we can't deny that. But then between me and Assassin, we know that. Yeah, we don't sound alike.
Right.
Between
and I guess people used to say Assassin sound like Baby Sham, right?
Yeah, but so they didn't sound alike. You know?
Right. Well, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Apart from the music, apart from performing, is there anything that you do? Because I know the gospel scene isn't exactly lucrative. You're not falting up the pockets anytime soon. But what else you do otherwise from that?
Yeah, you have to be passionate for the gospel music and just make sure I do it because you really love it, or I'll do it because you know your purpose, you know. But apart from music, I actually work as an IT admin. Okay. I'm not going to tell you where still, but for the government still. I'm in IT. I'm also audio-visual technician / IT admin for a government institute.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all. Because I don't really do the sports thing. So apart from music, computer. Yeah.
All right, I never saw that one. It never
add up.
Yeah, you know,
nothing about me not add up, you know.
IT people normally very.
No. So that's why I try to dismantle stereotypes.
Right.
You know. Every day, you know, people normally have this perception of me, and then I just make them know the real me, and them say, yeah, you know, yeah, but you know, I like do that.
I mean, when I thought first I want to meet DJ, I thought the man would say, yo, go ahead. That roughness.
Yeah. Remember one time, this like a bunch of girls. I went to the show and I was standing out. I went to Jesus Minds' album launch and I met a bunch of girls and they were talking to me and they were like, you know, Long, we want to say something to you, like we want to come call to you and thing. But every time we see you, look like you would just thump it down if we come approach. I say, yo, Jano's there. No, but that's like for the inner my zone still. But people can always approach me. You know what I mean? I'm very approachable.
Yes, he's a cool dude. I can attest. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up now. So thank you for watching this segment. Don't move. Don't go nowhere. Keep watching.
God bless. So your boy DJ representing InDaLight. You don't know the thing going on. And I want to name beat them bad. We now stop defend God. Hear me now? Hey, tell them say we a beat them bad. Every song we put on a beat them bad. We now stop defend God. Now switch on we now serve a different God. You mad? Hey, we a beat them bad. Every song we put on a beat them bad InDaLight. Now stop defend God. Now switch on we now serve a different.
man save every bone in my body. Tell them say God Almighty are my daddy. Me praise God like say that my hobby. Devil can't trick in the light, them neither me. Holy Spirit what dwell inside of me. Make Satan show up and think of five of me. I want real survivor me. Escape enemy trap becoming like say I'm a MacGyver me. Hey, and we a beat them bad. Every song we put on a beat them bad. Hey, we not stop defend God now. Switch and we not serve a different God. You mad? So we a beat them bad. Every song we put on a beat them bad in the light. Now stop defend God now. Switch and we not serve a different. Tell him one man, me know God a guide me. So one man, you fi try avoid me. Devil can't see my blessing and try Robbie. Can me beat them bad like Sly Robbie Wolande. Oh me can't see no sign of the devil him a fi cut through bow finally. Me have the victory finally. So our shadows of faith free fi show up in my valley. Hey, can me a beat them bad. Every song we put on a beat them bad. We not stop defend God now. Switch and we not serve a different God. You mad? Tell them we a beat them bad. Every song we put on a beat them bad in the light. Now stop defend God now. Switch and we not serve a different. Hey, say my God is an awesome king. Me link him when me want something. And even though some people that walk and talk, and that's why me walk come. Me say me tell them say, God a me defense and him a me fortress. Though you don't see defense, me I beg you don't test. Don't trespass, because him a the boss, so tall of me friends. Him a the closest. God a me defense and him a me fortress. Though you don't see defense, me I beg you don't test. Don't trespass, cause him a the boss, so tall of me friends. You are gonna, you are. When me pocket flat like it now have no ear. No me number like say me now have no ear. Cause me father is a miracle working God. And me know him can make a way out of nowhere. Anytime him talk and me go like me don't hear. Him still a pick me up all if me now have no fear. Me have to chat him at the 4 years. So the father give me strength. Go over the hill like he's a low gear. Tell them we living at the last days. Me see the sign them is so clear. There shall be wars and rumors of wars in at the end of days. In the light tell them say, me say, God a me defense and him a me fortress. Though you know see defense, me I beg you don't test. Don't trespass, because him a the boss so tall of me friends. Him a the closest. God a me defense and him a me fortress. Though you know see defense, me I beg you don't test. Don't trespass, cause him a the boss so tall of me friends. You are going to in the light, boom, you don't know the thing, I beg up yourself.
Yeah, every day I've been strong. Life's stressing me out, can't keep doing this too long. Yeah. Let's just put it where it belongs. Right in God's hands, He will never do me wrong. And it's alright, 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 alright.